All right, we are going to try out this live YouTube thing. Never done it before. Did a couple private tests just to see how the sound, everything would work in the screen sharing. But let's get a screen up here. So what I'm doing today is I've got this application I built. So I took a CS50 course with David Malin with Harvard through edX, and you kind of had to do a final project. So I sort of brute forced, spaghetti coded my way through building this application called my.Breadth, and it completely works fine. So I'll do just a quick little um, demo here. Am I in the right? Oh, what is happening? Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I'm already in the virtual environment. Strange. Okay. Um, all right. So here we go. All right. So I'll go ahead and run this. So it's not modularized. I don't have any OOP in it, but it shockingly does work. So let me pull it up over here. It's got a registration page. We can log in. Set dummy account. It basically just allows you to put together 3 customized stock portfolios, and then you can run them against some different metrics. It's pulling from the Yahoo Finance API. And I'm hoping I can speed up the API too while we're at it. But basically, what it'll do is it takes this is just an example of like indexes. It'll take all the indices, create their 20-day, 50-day, and 200-day moving averages, and then show you where they're all sitting currently. Um, and you can do it for all these different sectors and stuff too. So basically, all the functionality works fine. It's just a Bootstrap front end, Python Flask, using, of course, Jinja to talk to the HTML pages. But it's super ugly actual code, and the API is pretty slow, and um, it won't really deploy on AWS the way it's set up. So my goal is to get it to deploy it in an EC2 on AWS. So again, you can see it'll break down 3 different portfolios for you in all these different areas, and it gives you a summary. So if you're not familiar with investing or trading, it may not make a lot of sense, but I just wanted to show that it's actually fully functional. You can create portfolios. You can go actually into your current portfolios. You can delete stuff. You can add stocks to it. All the functionality is great. But if we take a look at the actual code for anyone who's familiar with Flask or Python, it's just a ton of this is all set up fine, but I'm also going to use a different virtual environment. The pipenv one, it just seems a little simpler to use than what I'm using now. And of course, I have a ton of different. And again, I don't even have, and I'm also using SQLite 3 instead of MySQL, so I'm going to change that. So just a lot of things. The front end should basically stay the same. It'll basically be Bootstrap because, full and fair disclosure, I don't love front end coding. I prefer doing the back end stuff and playing with data. So I'm going to start from the very beginning. I created a folder, and then I'm just going to go ahead and begin and see how it goes. So I'm going to keep this up. I'll probably copy some code over, but for the most part, I want to build this thing. And you can see too, literally everything runs in one massive file here. So this is kind of unnecessary. I know that now from being in a boot camp. So anyway, it's a fun project to start, but let's get started. I don't know how long I'm going to do this because I've never done it before. So maybe an hour or 2, and we'll see how far we get. But let's go ahead and we will open up a new window, open a folder. We've got go to the desktop here, coding, Python, and let's go ahead and use this one. Okay, so first things first, let's get a terminal open here. We'll get cranking. So I've already got pipenv installed globally. So right now I just need to get an environment set up. I think for right now we'll just install Flask and use the MySQL. Gonna use the flask-bcrypt. Thanks, right? Yeah. I think this will start us good. Oh, and we need, let me just double check that. It's the install for Y-Finance. And this should get, I believe this gives pandas and everything as well. Yeah, it does. Okay, so let's actually, we'll do that one separate so you can do the upgrade on it. But we'll start with this. Ooh. Command. Oh, forgot the install. That would be helpful. All right. So we got that. Maybe we'll just hold off on the Y-Finance for now. There's a lot to do before we're going to start importing any API data. So, all right, we got this set up. Now let's just get our basic structure set up here. So we'll get our server.py going. Flask app folder. Just going to get what we need here. Template. We're gonna need models. Feel like, nope. Our SQL config, and then, all right. So that should be good here. And all right. All right, good. So let's just get a couple basic files to work from here. Probably do a little bit of custom CSS. Don't know we'll be doing any custom JavaScript or not, but we'll just put it there just in case. And, okay, so we got that. Let's see, are we missing anything? I think we've got all the major stuff I will need. I always forget I constantly forget what goes in. Coding. Just gonna pull this up. I just always forget which goes in. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and copy this one over. Probably better to be in there. Yep. Gonna need a users.py. Gonna need, might as well just make these now. We're gonna need a user.py model. We're gonna need definitely portfolio. I'm not positive if I'm going to create an entire class for stocks, because we are going to take a lot of historical data right from the API. Oh, it's hot. So I don't know that I'll need that or not, but we'll see. Okay, we got routes there. We'll just start with the login and registration. Then I need the init stuff, which again, I love to forget. Obviously not going to use that as our secret key, but for now, it'll get us going. All right, so should be good here. We are going to eventually need portfolio. Um, all right, so server file should be good to go. Shouldn't need that anymore. Let's just check. Oh no. Let's do it here. Okay, Flask, MySQL, and bcrypt. Okay, so we got everything we need there. Okay. I guess we will start with the user user model and get the everything we need set up here. So, and I mean, I guess I made these for a reason. So, I'm gonna have a template here. I guess we'll do the flashing from. Yeah, we'll do all the validation on the model page. So we're gonna need all this. Just take all this. Okay. All right. So, oh, we do not have that file yet. So many files needed. Okay. Connection. All right. So let's get ourselves set up with a class here. How am I losing my mind? Okay. And we are going to need, okay, let's set up the database. Well, I don't have the database built yet, but we'll just leave this empty for now. I guess we'll just call it my breadth schema. And then we need to get the actual init data, get the data in, and then we will do so. All right, so for the user, what I'm debating on here is because this isn't going to be I actually want to get a lot of feedback. So I've been debating whether or not to ask for emails because I feel like if all I really care about is feedback, um, the path of least resistance would be to not ask for people for emails because a lot of people don't like to get those, think they're going to get a bunch of stuff. But I think we'll just put it in there for now. Well, let's do self ID first, and then we'll just see. I don't know. I can always get rid of it, I guess, but I think for now, just go ahead and do the usual suspects, so to speak. Hmm. I think I may keep it super simple and just do. Hmm. I think we'll just use username. We can check for unique username. I think I'm just going to do username um, and password for this. All right. Let's do a self.created. I'm hoping this mechanical keyboard's not too loud. It was like my favorite purchase of the year. Okay, I think I'm also going to need. I need portfolios. I don't know that I'll need this right now, but let's just put it in here. Whoops. Might need it. I'm not sure. Okay. So I'm not going to do anything with the database yet. I just wanted to get the user class set up. So that's good to go. Let's go ahead and on the users file, obviously we're going to need to get our Flask going from Flask import. Flask, we're going to need redirect, we're going to need render template, we're going to need session, I'm sure we'll end up using. Redirect, render template, at request. Anything else? Let's see. I need to bring that in. Oh yeah, the bcrypt and user. Oops. Oh, and we're gonna need the app, of course. Okay, let's just get started with the well, I guess we need a home page first and foremost. So that'll just be our, we'll just use our index.html. Rather than bring people right to a registration and login page, I wanted to kind of have like a description page in case someone doesn't want to got there by mistake or however they got there, they don't know what the heck they're looking at. So we'll do a basic homepage for this. So route, define home. Don't need anything there. This will be a basic render template. HTML. Oop, I need to return. Okay, so that should be pretty basic. Let's go ahead and bring in some of the here. I do like the front end I've built, so I don't feel the need. As I said, I don't really love to build front end, so I don't think I'm going to spend time rebuilding the whole thing. Let's go ahead and take the layout. So we got to build a layout page too. Oops. Paste that in. Okay, and then we will go ahead and steal the index page just to make sure we're up and running okay here. Index. Also, go Gators. We're not good this year. That's okay. Okay, index saved. I don't know why this wouldn't work. I think we got everything. I don't need any database stuff. So let's just give this a go and see if, whoops, gonna need the shell. And see if this runs. Of course it doesn't. We've got errors. I'm guessing I'm importing things that don't exist, would be my guess. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to What messes me up sometimes building these Flask apps, I honestly don't know where to start, because you kind of got to circularly go through and keep adding stuff. Oh, actually, oh, because this has nothing in it. I'll just go. Let's do this. Can you do this, or passwords are all saved? All right, that should take care of that. I don't think. All right, there we go. Okay. So let's take a look. And here we go. All right, so that worked fine. So our homepage is working. This is good. All right, so at least that works. We've got our basic route. Now, gonna have to rebuild the login page. Get this out of here. Okay. All right, I guess, well, we can't have users log in if we don't have registration. So let's just go ahead and we'll do that first. And just register, not a good speller, define register. I'll just use request.form. All right, so here we'll go ahead and build the data to put. I guess we could just create the data dictionaries. And what did we ask for then? We kept it simple, right? So yeah. So we just username, this will auto increment, username, password, these are auto. All right, pretty simple. Gosh, this is where I feel like names and emails. But I'm not going to. I'm going with my gut and going to make this easy for people to register and to want to use the application. So let's do using my username and request for and we want the and we need to get the password, which we will need to encrypt. I'm blanking on it right now, but that's okay. Ooh. All right, so we get data. We're going to need. Actually, that is not correct because this is getting so. All right, yeah. Haven't used decrypted forever. Oh, okay, so yeah, I got to validate. We'll validate first. I just have to add that in because I don't have the database yet. So yeah, that'll be the password hash. We'll do that this way, and then this could just be password hash. And then this will database setup. But if I try and run anything, it's just a break the Flask app to put that in yet. We can say like they're actually and stuff, but just so they know. We'll just comment this out for now because we will be doing a user ID equals something like user.save and passing the data in, but we don't. This is why I haven't built the database yet, because I'm not positive. Don't need. All right. And this will maybe I'll make this be, we'll make this welcome. Because I'm going to need a home route too that I'll have to check for session ID. So let's do that here. App.route. Ooh, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess we'll just do it this way. Define home. So this one will check, this one will validate user ID before you can go. And this will have to be a post route. And this is going to redirect to the home route. Blinking on login. Let's see. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you can just use something this simple. If user ID not inside. I feel like there's a way to use a decorator though. I feel like I did that. Although we were using this for CS50, this work Zug. Oh yeah, we were using this. David Malin's pretty smart. Let's see. This is actually a good idea to have for login. Got this taken care of. Not even sure I was doing. I mean, this worked fine with the SQL database, but it was a lot of work to have to put this in every time, which now nicely it won't have to do. Yeah, that's just a redirect to log out. I thought there was a decorator on. Wonder if I should use session app. I guess it's not a big deal to just do this every time, but I guess we'll start with this and just see for now how this goes. Otherwise, we will I guess you should just take it to their portfolio page. I don't really need a home. I feel like this should just be portfolios, which although would be on the other route. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do here. So I'll move everything. So I'll just do these three things. One, register, login. I'll worry about that one. We'll just do portfolios. I'll copy this over because then this will just yeah, this is just going to return render template. Yeah, but this is going to go not here. It's going to go here. Oops. Oh, shoot. Paste. I don't need all this, but get rid of bcrypt. Probably going to need user, I'm guessing. Not I can get rid of it, but for now. Dot models dot folio import. Which of course I don't have set up. Why would I? I'm gonna need that. I won't need this though. Just need these. Need class portfolio. And data. Might as well just get this done with self dot ID equals data ID. Okay, this is I guess I can use join tables. I was before using an identifier like portfolio 1, 2, and 3 for each user. But if I do left join, yeah, it'll know because, well, it's going to need user ID. But first it's going to need a name. So self.name equals data name. It's going to need a self.user ID. And then I think that's actually it. And then we're going to create, we will do created at data equals data. And then we will do a self.user equals none. And we will need a called stocks, which will be a list of stocks that each portfolio has. So that makes sense. Okay, so now we shouldn't have any issues having a portfolio class here, and now we can actually add that to here without any issues, I believe. Hopefully. Yes. Okay. We need to quickly make, well, not quickly, but we need to make a login now. So we've got, go ahead and actually, well, I guess we can always replace I guess we should just go ahead and build the SQL model. Can't really do much. Well, I could just build the basics of this, and then I think we're just going to have to build the model. So login, this will of course be methods equals post login data. So here we'll just need the username dot form username. Going to need the password. I never remember the bcrypt stuff. With our login. Oh yeah, I guess all we need is the username because we'll just validate we don't need to store anything, we just need to validate. Actually, I wonder, do I even need, oh right, because we're going to need to get the user by the username, yes, okay. I'll just use this same. Okay, yeah, I can't really do much more without a database because I can't check for email. I can't do any of this stuff. But either way, this will return a redirect to, what we can do here, return redirect to portfolios, which will then take them to the homepage. .com. That's probably not gonna work. Okay, so I feel like I don't need that anymore. I feel like the only thing to do here is to, let's go kill this server. The only thing to do now is to build the database. So, time is at 10 o'clock. Okay. Maybe we'll do the server and then we'll take a break here. Okay, let's pull up MySQL workbench. And we're gonna make a new model. And what did we call it in here? My.Breadth schema. Okay, just use that. My schema. Okay. Probably doing this kind of backwards because I already built the class, but that's okay. It's easier for me to understand when I look at the classes than I cannot stand the interface of MySQL Workbench. Feels like Windows. Was it Windows 90? I forget if it was Windows 93 or 95 that had the. I have to know. Squirrel brain. Let's see. Windows 95 and Windows 93. I think was basically. I'll just pull this over so if anyone wants to see. I guess they were kind of the same. For some reason, I thought there's Doom. This basically would be my screen minus a different background. That's amazing. Yeah, I don't know. 95 or 93. These hard box lines seem to still be in vogue with MySQL Workbench. Okay, and you can't use Sonoma, which is not great. Okay, I guess just so we can test it out, I can always make a new database, not that, or a new diagram. It's not that big of a deal, but let's just do users, portfolios. I think I'm going to go ahead and not portfolios, not do a stocks one. All right, so we got ID, increment. Oops, can't do that for some reason. All right, first name, last name, username, password. All right. First name, last name, username. Created at, updated at, and we'll just make this 255. Whoa. Come on now. And we will go ahead and do the current timestamp and the on update. I think that looks good. ID, auto increment, first name, last name, username, password, created it, updated it. Okay. And portfolios, we will have, of course, the ID, name. I'm already forgetting what else. We'll make that. So that's it. Yeah, created at and updated at. Shouldn't need to be this long, but just in case. Then we're going to do current timestamp. We're going to do that. All right, ID, let's double check here again. ID, name, user ID. Well, that we'll make that. Okay, then we'll do a one-to-many. Yeah, I feel like if I use, I'm gonna need to have a stocks. Kind of almost have to have a stocks because otherwise I can't really save the data into the database, obviously. So I'm gonna start with this because I'm not gonna build. I might not get to the point of building. I just really want to make sure the registration stuff works, and then I can always go back. I'm probably just overthinking this. Well, actually, no, let's just build it because the worst case, I just don't use it. It's not that big of a deal. So I can always delete the table. So stocks are going to need an ID. I really just need a ticker symbol. I really just have to save the ticker symbol because actually I'll need a name. I'm going to save the name and ticker symbol. That way the API doesn't need to be called. Okay, yeah, this way API won't need to be called. The name and the ticker will be stored, and we can attach it to the portfolio. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Because the only way it'll get the price, it'll have the only things that stay the same for a stock. I mean, well, a lot of things do, but the name, the ticker. I don't know what other information. Ticker. I don't think anything. All right, so we'll just do the name and the ticker symbol. Okay, auto increment. Let's see. Yeah, actually, I don't even know if 255 is enough for some of the. Yeah, that should be enough. Some of the ETFs have massively long names. Ticker definitely doesn't need to be. That's fine. These need to be date time, timestamp. That okay, and then let's see a portfolio. This one, God, these one to many, many to many. It's weird because these can change. These will change so much. But if I'm a user and have a portfolio and it has stocks, those stocks can exist in another portfolio. So, but it really just needs this. Really just needs stock ID. That's really it. This won't need a portfolio ID because it'll just get connected this way. Yeah. Okay. That's fine, I believe. Yeah. I feel like the whole one to many, many to many thing just makes things more confusing than like, hey, do I need an ID or not? Which then makes me overthink it. Um, because the user's never pulling it. Yeah, this is fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this is fine. Okay, so we'll save the model as, put this into the, the heck is going on? Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is my schema. All right, go ahead and hopefully there's not another one. I guess we could still do a table drop. Yeah, I think. Cool. Okay, I'm just gonna check this on my screen over here. Make sure. Okay, everything looks good on SQL. MySQL. Okay, so back to this now. Okay, now we should be able to register a user. So let's, but I'm going to need this portfolios page. Of course, it's going to be empty. I'm just going to make a dummy, just a little dummy HTML file with nothing really in it, but portfolios.html. So we'll just steal this. I'll just do like an H1 tag, make sure. I honestly don't even know where this will end up. Okay, but at least we have a route, something to go to. Okay, so that's good. We know the index works. Oh, but we don't have a login page. That's going to be necessary. I guess we will just do them both in here. I don't know. Let's try this. No, actually what we're going to do is different than that. We are going to do it like this. This will be regular register, which should just be a get. Which will just return a render template. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Return render template, registration.html, and then, and actually we'll put this above this. And then this will be a register new, which will be a post method. We'll call this, I like to keep the routes the same. So let's just do register, makes life easier. But now I need a registration page, and I'm going to need a new one because now we're asking for first name and last name. Um, so let's do this. And let's not do this. Let's do register. I feel like, okay, there we go. Okay, register. Then going to have to modify this registration page, but should be a good template. Ooh, why is that like that? I feel like Bootstrap never really likes to copy in well at all. Bothers me. Let's put it on there. Okay. Let's just see if this register can hit. Actually, hold on. Register. Register. Okay, this should be fine. This should work. All right. Yes. Okay, it does. All right. So now we just need to edit the page to be able to take. This is going to get a register new now. Okay, username. Okay, so we just need to add. Yeah, I like register in there, but let's going to need to copy. Shoot. Bootstrap. Oh, Bootstrap. Oh, no. That is now username. Then we can just make this be. This will be last one. Control last name. I guess that doesn't really matter. I'm not using labels, but ooh, this will just be text. I think that's good. Let's see. Yeah. Of course. It's kind of small. Row align. Let's see. I don't even know why this is. that way, but it's okay. Oh, how can we change this? Let's see. Okay, so this is all within this div. Yes. So let's actually make this easier to look at. Is that okay? All right. So row G3 line item center. This is gutter. I don't even know why this is a row. Let's just take a look here. I guess, it's the easy way to do this. Just inspect the page. Okay, so this is that major. It's this one. Not enough. Padding. That's fine. Oh, I made this a long time ago. Oh, it was working. I didn't reload it. Okay. Whatever, that wasn't working. Let's see, 4, is that enough? See what that looks like without this. It's almost too big. Still, let's just do 3. I think we were at 2 before. Yeah, that looks good. I'm fine with that. I don't love the padding on the bottom here. And we could use I feel like a tiny bit of margin. Here, do I have margin? Also feel like that's a little much. I guess I should put this in a CSS file, but we can do that later. Maybe just like 10. Yeah, that looks better. Let's see. Okay, cool. Now we just have to see if it actually works. I'm going to check something on the database real quick. That looks fine. All right, let's take a look. I'll use, oops, don't need that. We're going to use this notation. Where's a password? Oh, it goes here. Insert into users 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, the values of those 4 columns. And I don't think we need to do anything else. Just return connect to MySQL. Did I? Yeah, okay. CLS.db and then query db. We need query and we need the data and my.Breadth schema. Okay, now go to users. Now we can actually do this because this is all real now. No, wait. It doesn't give me, does it? We'll just put it. I don't think this is gonna. It's not gonna return. Yeah, this is just gonna run the function. Let's just see. We'll just run it real quick. Let's see. Oh, it did. Right here. How did it return? Let me just take a look here. Oh, okay, got it. Because it does a last row ID on the cursor. Okay, that works. All right, I think going to take a break. I think I just stopped sharing.